Okay, we are in game 3, and this time we're going to go with a bit of a perk. And I'm currently working on a system for Patreon with the Czech perk. Let's go Queen A5, give the bishop a tickle. Sometimes they like to take here, but it's not necessary. Now I just have the bishop pair in an open file. Alright, so let's stay flexible and see what happens. Question his king's decision to want to go to that side of the board. And let's go there to see if I can't go knight a4 and work this pin. Okay, that's reasonable. Let's try that out. Okay, knight a4 seems logical to see if I can't get the defender of a2 to go away. Been neglecting development a lot in these so far. I don't like it. So speaking of development, let's go ahead and tuck our nugget away over here. And d5. Okay. Well, do I have some tricks if I go c takes d? If queen takes, I'm looking at bishop e6, which will in turn hit a2. So now I'm just going to go king b8, a move that just feels good. I have the bishop pair, which I'm not using, and he's looking to trade, which is understandable. Okay. I will trade, and then I'm going to start looking to pressure the c-pawn. If he goes rook h4, I'm not too concerned, and I'm not concerned with that. So let's see. I feel like I should try to get these pawns working. If he goes bishop a6, I just go rook c7. And I was hoping this bishop would move so I can play bishop g2, hitting the rook and knight. And seems like he is trying to get his pieces working, which is commendable. But I want more pressure. How can I do that? Let's first go here. Need to pick up the pace. Okay. Pressuring c2. Covering e4. If he goes knight e4, I'll go bishop g6 and then f5, get that knight out of there. And I'm not in a hurry here, as the position can gradually open up for me and I'll be in good shape. Now he's got a threat, so let's remove the threat. No more pressure on b7. The pin's gone, and he's going to move that bishop. And let's go ahead and pile on c2. So he'll make a defensive move, and I can start pressing a bit. Okay. Not satisfied with trading here. I'm looking at e4 and bishop g5. All right, let's remove some guards hitting the rook. Now we'll remove the bishop. Feel like we're fine here. Even if he takes on b7, we are hitting his b after all. And it's like stuff is falling. And what is best? Let's just play that solid move. If he goes there, I go back to d8. Looks fine anyway. Alright, so I'm being covered, so let's make a pass pawn of our own to give him something to worry about. And yeah. That makes sense. But keep in mind, my bishop is covering that queening square, so I'm not so worried about that. I don't have to take, that's why I played that, and let's... Ooh, no, I want the bishop defending. "14 seconds, now time to actually play. And he had enough there. Okay. Analysis. And we're playing a Czech perk, and much better after queen a5 is to simply go queen d2. Him trading off the bishop pair so early and then putting the knight on f3, it just seems to give black a decent position. And f5, the computer's recommendation, makes a lot of sense to simply get rid of that double pawn. Let's see how I did. Rook g8 convinced him to go the other way and make weaknesses that I could use, so I feel okay about that. Now it likes bishop g2, but queen takes a4, not a big fan of that one. And I was able to complete development. Probably should take the e4 pawn there, but I didn't like giving him counterplay. I saw that I could just open up the file for the long term, but after knight d4, white's got some pull, and I rarely hesitate to go into an ending, as I feel, especially against a low-rated player, that there's almost no chance of losing on the board. I mean, of course, flagging is always a real possibility when you're doing commentary and playing. And after rook takes c2, let's see, rook d8 it liked better. But I was thinking on rook d8, knight takes b7, but I guess rook b8 now, and there's really nothing he can do about this. So I missed that motif. Rook d8 hitting the pawn takes. Okay, starting to play accurately. e2 is even stronger than what I played, and e2 is like the move like every time. Rook takes d7 is completely fine, but rook f1 I get flashy with, and he's had enough because mate happens, and that's all she wrote.